Greetings, family. This is Wanda. This is Diaspora Connect. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to do a video today, and I wanted to talk about something that, I have been prompted to talk about this or discuss this because of the martial law video that I did. And it's raining, so if you hear noise in the background, if you can hear it, that's rain. It's really pouring down right now. But I wanted to go ahead and do this video while I have the natural sunlight, because normally the videos look better. But this video is about martial law, basically. But the name of this video, I think I'm going to name this video "The Marines Policing the Southern Border." Again, the Marines policing the southern border. Since I had so many comments on my martial law video, I was saying how Trump had said that he was going to send police to our communities. He claimed that we cried to him and we really want our neighborhoods to be policed, as if we are inhumane, as if we can't police our own people, as if we have never policed our own communities before. Family, don't believe the lies of the enemy. Don't believe the lies of your oppressors, captors, and your enemies telling you that you're that uncivilized that you need white people to come and kill you because you can't act right. Don't believe the hype and don't believe the lies, okay? So, I'm basically talking about this martial law, right? Trump declared martial law in January. The Marines have been at the southern border, policing the southern border since January. It's been 3 months. Well, a little longer than that. They were there since January, like 25th. So for people to think that martial law is not in effect, I don't, it's too many of our people that commented on my video saying they never heard of that. That's a lie. It's not true. And so this has prompted me to do this video, and I wanted to talk to you about what is called, and shout out to my sister, Yenko Africa. At Yenko Africa, shout out to you, sister, because she had mentioned it in my video, and I had actually never heard of it. She had mentioned Rex 84. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but she mentioned Rex 84 was meant, you know, she was saying something about Rex 84. So what I did, like I normally do, instead of telling her that's not true, I researched Rex 84 because I had never heard of it. And I'm going to read to you what Rex 84 is. And it's getting kind of dark in here, so hopefully, yeah, I can see it. Okay, so Rex 84, short for Readiness Exercise, 1984, family. This is in 1984. Is a contingency plan developed by the United States federal government to suspend the United States Constitution, declare martial law, place military commanders in charge of state and local government, and detain large numbers of American citizens who were deemed to be national security threats. In the event that the president declared a state of domestic national emergency. So, on January 25th, in San Diego, California, the Marines were set up there. That was their first location. They have armored trucks. They have all the equipment. It's like a military. They have all Marines, top of the line. They're there at the southern border. And they're still there. As you can see, it's been amping up at the southern border between them and they said some cartels or whatever, amping up. But, you know, they're using weapons. They have armored cars. They have drones because they mentioned they could use drones, okay? So that being said, martial law was declared, family. It was declared, which is why the military are policing the southern border. And they have been there since January. You're kind of late thinking that it hasn't been declared. Where, who, as people are saying. So please research Rex 84, Readiness Exercise 1984. So this was in 1984. This is nothing new. So I had to research this so I could come to you and share that what I am saying, or what I was saying in the video about martial law, Trump declaring martial law and warning that he would send them to our communities. This is a serious threat. This is a serious promise, I would say, because he said it out of his own mouth. I didn't say it. So don't shoot the messenger. Don't get upset with me when I bring to light what's actually happening. And everyone thinks that, excuse me, that when you bring to light what's actually happening, that you are instilling fear. You are spewing fear. You are wishing bad things upon the United States. You are wishing bad things upon it. No, it's happening right now. And the bad things that's happening in the U.S. have been prophesied and foretold that it will happen. And the reason that it is happening is because of sins in the past. Don't think that you can sin, commit all types of heinous, wicked acts and not be repaid. Because the biblical scriptures say you reap what you sow. And yes, our Heavenly Father is a loving God, and the Messiah, his son, is love, but they also are, they get angry, they retribution, vengeance is mine, said the Most High, says the Messiah, vengeance is mine. So the Most High is not one-dimensional. Our Creator, he's not one-dimensional. He creates good and he creates evil. If you read throughout the book of Judges in the biblical scriptures, the Most High shows how he punished the children of Israel. Every enslavement was used, their enemies were used to enslave them. So this is how our Father punishes sins. And so basically, in a nutshell, the U.S., and I'm not talking about anybody else or any place else, but the United States specifically is under judgment right now. And so that's why you see so many bad things happening. Poverty is coming, financial crash, dollar crashing, all, the enemies, everybody's turning against her. The Most High can use any man, woman to fulfill his purpose in this earth. And so at this point, United States is under judgment. So when you have a country where the military, martial law has been declared, and the military is policing the country, then you are heading to a dictatorship. It's a dictatorship. That means that your as you can read in Rex 84, that was Readiness Exercise 1984, it clearly says that your constitutional, the United States constitutional, they suspend your constitutional rights. So your constitutional rights are suspended. You have no rights, basically. So they can unalive you. They can come into your home, drag you out. They can come on your land that you think is so secure because you brought land and you outside the city. They can come on your land and drag you out. They can come in your house and drag you out. You have no constitutional rights. Think about what that means, family. Just think. And so look at this as a warning to you. Look at this as a pre-warning to you. It's not to instill fear in that. What benefit is fear? How are you going to benefit from being afraid? How? It's useless when you don't prepare. You have to prepare. You have to know what's coming so you can pay attention to your surroundings. You can pay attention when you see the military policing in your city, your town, your community. That means you don't have no rights. Just look at it like that. You have no rights. So tread lightly and understand that, or just plan accordingly. Tread lightly and plan accordingly. When I say tread lightly, use wisdom. That's what I'm saying. Use wisdom in how you move when you start seeing these military, because they could just shoot and get away with it, and you can't even sue them. You can't sue them. Your attorney, and if you try to get someone to sue them, the attorney can be arrested, because it's going from you having constitutional rights to a dictatorship. So whatever the president says goes. So you have no rights even against you. So you looking at it like, oh, it's just for migrants. So it's okay for the military to be called to martial law, to be called on immigrants. It's okay for that. But what do you think is going to happen once they get all of them out of the country? What do you think is going to happen? They're going to start looking for internal threats. They're going to start looking for national security threats. They're going to start looking for domestic national emergencies. Anyone who opposes what they do, then they could be considered a threat. The black communities could be considered a threat because we don't agree with a lot of things they're doing. We stand in, to fight for our family members, loved ones. We could be considered a security threat for the country. The same way that Black Wall Street was bombed. The same way that Black Wall Street was bombed by the government. The government used a bomb to bomb its own citizens. What do you think that is? Don't that sound like martial law? They used their own military equipment to bomb within their own country. So why do you think that can't happen again? It's not enough bullets that you black people have, that you African Americans have. It's not enough bullets that you're going to have. Not enough bombs and weapons that you're going to have, because guess what? You buy those from white people. And even if you sell them, you're not getting shipments in and all that stuff. So use wisdom. So this is another video that's actually warning you, and I'm explaining to you that this readiness exercise from 1984, they knew that they would eventually have to use this, and it's in effect. Rex in effect. That's what it's called, Rex in effect. Rex 84 is in effect. And so I believe that maybe that song, Rex in effect, I don't know if that had anything to do with this, but it just came to my mind, Rex in effect. But yeah, it's in effect right now. Yeah, they're policing using the military. So martial law has been declared in January, and you still saying it hasn't. All he has to do is give the word and send them to your neighborhood, black people. Send them to the hood, black folks all over. We're being contained in only in certain areas. If you look at online, Google the cities with the highest number of black people or African Americans. And so a lot of people are encouraging us to move to these different areas so we can be safe amongst our people. But when they go to neutralize you, you are all clustered in only certain places, certain states, certain communities. So they can get a lot of you at one time. I'm just saying, think logically. How would your enemy, because these are your enemies, whether you agree with it or not, whether you like it or not, these are your captors, your oppressors, and your enemies. That's what the biblical scriptures say. You will be taken into captivity by your enemies. These people are your enemies. So your enemies are always plotting on how to take you out in large numbers. They've been doing that. So, of course, we have the Father, and I'm not talking on that perspective that our Creator is going to protect us like He has been. That's why we're still alive right now, because when the slaves were stolen from Africa and brought over, and as well as the indigenous that were in the U.S., the Aborigines or the indigenous that was in the U.S. even before Christopher Columbus and the European settlers came, which they did kill off a lot of the indigenous Aboriginal people who were in the U.S. They gave them blankets that had smallpox in it, and they pretended to be friendly to the natives, and a lot of them died off. So this is, again, your enemy that will come as an angel of light that will pretend that they are your friend, that they love you, that they care for you. So be careful marrying these people, family. Be very careful marrying these people, because they pretend well and they can be very nice. Not all, but a lot of them. So you just have to use wisdom and be mindful of the history. Don't forget the history, because history will repeat itself. As you can see, the president is trying to take us back to before segregation. Before integration, back to segregation, which was fine with us because we were thriving. That's the time when we built all of our communities. We built Black Wall Street. We had the city that was, flooded in Lake Lanier, and half of these lakes, man-made lakes in the United States, they were put over. Our cities were flooded, and homes, everything was flooded. Our whole cities and communities were flooded. A lot of our people perished. So I just want to do this video. Rex in effect. Never forget that. Do your research before you comment and say it's not true, it's a lie. When martial law was declared back in January 25th, when they dispersed in San Diego, California, research that. I'm not going to link all these videos. I linked a couple of them, but it's all on YouTube. If you just research it and get it and educate yourself. So if you plan on staying, just know what you are going to experience. Know what is coming. If you choose not to stay in the U.S. and fight, if you choose not to stay because you don't feel like fighting, because you've been fighting ever since the first slave came over to the United States, we've been fighting all the way up until now. We're still fighting. So if you are done fighting and you want to actually live your life in peace and happiness, and to live your life and live the life that you always wanted to live, free, to have peace and feel safe, and you can leave. You don't have to stay. You have a passport, hopefully. If not, get your blue passport. Get it expedited shipping at the post office. If they still doing it, get your passport and then plan to leave. Whether you may not want to go far, so you may not want to come across the ocean like I did. I'm in Africa. I'm in Tanzania. Been here since 2020. You may not want to come that far. You may want to stay close to the United States, especially if you have other family there. You don't want to leave them. You can go to Mexico. You can go to Canada. Might even be able to go to the Bahamas because it's off the mainland. The Bahamas, Hawaii, just get off that main land. I think these other countries that are close to United States will be impacted, but maybe not as much, because they have to, they do have bases all around. But just get off the mainland if you can. And if you want to come to Africa, it's a lot of us over here, as you have seen, all online. People in Ghana and Kenya and Tanzania and South Africa, and where else are we going? A lot of places. I would say to Gambia, but I don't know if you saw my video, but I'm not recommending Gambia. But there are a good amount of our people over there. I'm just hoping not a lot are going because of the previous history of that place. Just my opinion. And recently I shared a video about even the locals saying that the crime is being amped up. If the locals in a country are saying that the crime is amping up for them, then that's also a sign for you, family, not to relocate to that country. If you want to visit, that's fine. But look at the climate of the country. Listen to what the locals are saying. At one point, when we were 9, 10 diaspora, expat, repats got unalived there, I say got unalived because it was under suspicious circumstances. And so just because a person is middle-aged don't mean that they was going to pass anyway. I'm middle-aged, but I'm still too young to pass. I got a lot more years to live. So some of these women were my age, and they passed away unexpectedly. They didn't have all of them didn't have medical conditions. So this is an unexpected, mysterious passing away, and it's not okay. So think twice about going to the Gambia, and I'm saying that with my full chest, whether people like it or not. It's it is what it is. But anyway, Rex in effect, Rex 84. Google it. Do research. Find out what's going on in your country, fam. You there, you should know these things. I'm not there. I'm across the water, across the ocean, but I still pay attention to the climate in the country and what's going on because I have a lot of family there. I'm constantly trying to hoping that they would wake up and see what I'm doing and want to come out of my people. So thank you so much for tuning in. Wanted to do this video about Rex in effect, Rex 84, what it is. I read Readiness Exercise. Readiness Exercise 1984. Research it, family. Do your research, please, before you make yourself look uneducated. Okay? So, I'm the messenger, and I'm sharing any information, advice, my thoughts on everything that's going on in the world and in our community and what we can do I'm trying to provide solutions. Sometimes leaving the U.S. is not a solution for many people. I get it. You was born there. Your ancestors bled and died for the rights that you do have that the president is trying to take back from you, and that the rights that our ancestors bled and died for us is being null and void because of Rex 84. So your constitutional rights are suspended. So the rights that they bled and died for you, they're suspended right now because the military, because of martial law. So basically what they bled and died for is null and void, is useless for you right now because your rights have been suspended. The Constitution has been suspended, family. Understand that. Think about that deeply. You don't have any rights. You don't have a house. You don't have a car. You don't have land. The government owns all of that, especially if they say all he has to do is give the word and tell the military, go get all that land. Move all those people off that land. I want all that land. And that's it. And there's nothing you could do about it. So, family, build in a country that you may be able to live peacefully. You may not technically own it in that you're leasing it, but also in the U.S., you don't own land. If you don't pay the taxes, they take from you. If you have a house that you own and they decide that they want the land and they could come up with any kind of bill or law to take it, like Rex in effect. Rex 84, your constitutional rights are suspended so they can take your land. Think about that. So, family, think deeply about these things and plan accordingly. Fear is not the point of the video. You need to use your wisdom that the Father gave you. He gave you a brain and he gave you wisdom, and also pray and ask him, Father, what direction do you want me to go? I want to ride it out. Father, ask him to protect you, keep you, tell you which state to move to, whatever. But just plan accordingly, okay? So I'm doing this video because I care, not because I'm trying to be discourage you, trying to put fear in your heart, trying to some people say that I'm speaking curses over the United States. The curses are in the Bible. The curses have already been declared before I was born. So I'm just confirming what's going to happen. And it's good if you know, so when you see the destruction that's happening, you won't be devastated and shocked, and it won't be something that you have never heard before. Okay? So thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thumbs up. Hit on the notification bell to be notified, so whenever I do a video or a live, you'll be notified. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will do another video in the next couple of days. I'm going to say peace, shalom, salama family, and see you guys in the next video.